Well, do you want to make today extra special? How about baking a little extra love in those Valentine treats? We're joined with Lindsay Morris, who is going to show us a cookie recipe that you can make for your Valentine or your loved ones, your Valentines, right? The kids too.
Oh yes, this is definitely an easy recipe for the kids.
Okay, I like this. So tell us, what are we making and why did you choose this today?
So we're gonna make some red velvet cake box cookies that we can decorate with, like, you know, any icing, or today we're gonna use white chocolate and some sprinkles. I chose this recipe because it's very affordable. You know, this box cost me $1.27 at Walmart. I already had the vegetable oil, I already had the eggs in my fridge. So it's super affordable. It takes maybe 15 minutes from start to finish to do, and it's very, very easy for kids. They don't have to touch anything hot or have to get near the stove to melt the chocolate or anything. You can do it all in the microwave.
Oh, perfect.
I like it. Okay, so walk us through this then.
The process.
So it's super easy. You just pour your mix right here in your bowl.
And I love there are so many options nowadays for all this.
That's
box.
true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or whatever, you know, flavor that you want.
Yeah, and you can, if you want to do, like, you know, devil's food cake, if you want to do sugar cookies, if you want to do, you know, chocolate chip cookies, it's so easy, especially with all the cake mixes that we have available. I was going to do some strawberry crinkle ones too, but red velvet's my favorite. I like how it can make your mouth really, really red, and I figured kids would like that too.
Yeah.
So then you just pour half a cup of vegetable oil in there, or you can use, I think it's about 7 tablespoons of melted butter if you already have butter in your fridge.
Oh, okay.
And then just 2 eggs.
Okay.
And you don't even need like a hand mixer or stand mixer for this. It's really easy to do. You just mix it all together. And this is something easy that the kids can do because they're not mixing with anything that could hurt them. It's just a spatula, a spoon. You know, if you have one of those really large like serving spoons, you could use that as well. Because I know some parents, you know, you don't want your kids near a hand mixer in case they have long hair. That could get really, really dangerous for them very quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and if, you know, when they try to lift it up and it gets everywhere. So the goal for this was just to make it as easy as possible for kids to do.
Yeah.
So
I like it. And this is just me, maybe when you're making anything, I love the smell, okay? Like right when
I
you're mixing,
do,
especially with, you know, brownies and that kind of, I just love this part when you're just mixing everything together.
Yeah.
So Lindsay, tell us, take us back. We know you enjoy baking.
We often get treats here.
We do, we get treats from Lindsay at the station, okay? Where did your love for baking kind of come from?
So my mom really likes to bake, and so does my sister. My sister was actually going to go to culinary school before she decided that she kind of just liked cooking and baking for fun versus like an actual, you know, career.
Yeah.
So I always watched them cook and bake, and when I moved out, I was like, oh, well, you know what? Now I can just, you know, bring treats here. You know, Chris can bring them in when he comes into work. So I don't do it much for my family because my sister and mom are just so good at baking. But, you know, I can handle the cake box cookies pretty well. I think they're pretty good.
Sure. And we can attest.
Yes,
Great.
yeah.
Thank you. We enjoy when Chris comes in with something that
to be your
bake.
Well, after it's all mixed up, you can use, you know, an ice cream scooper or a spoon, that's fine. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can go ahead and start scooping it. What I always suggest when you're making any type of mix, whether it be brownies or cake or cookies, put it in the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes. What that does is it helps it not be so sticky. So when it's like this, it doesn't really get the turn that it needs to make it perfectly circular. So when it's not sticky, it can really roll around and get the perfect shape. Because with these, the perfect shape matters. And when they come out kind of oval, they're a little bit ugly. So I have a few ugly ones I can show.
No, they're not ugly.
No.
Yeah. All right, through
I'm
the
ready to eat one.
power of magic of
TV.
television. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
And I'll go ahead and get the white chocolate out. So when you make the white chocolate, you can just use some normal chocolate chips that you can get. You know, I got these at Walmart. It doesn't really matter. If you want to use dark chocolate chips or you want to semi-chocolate chips, that's fine. You can use anything. I like white chocolate personally the best with red velvet cake.
Yes.
So
that's
you
a
just
perfect combo.
put some in a bowl. If you're going to let your child hold the bowl, I would definitely get something that has a handle so they can hold it, because it's going to be hot. You mix it for about, you know, 30 seconds, microwave it, mix it again 30 seconds until you get the consistency. If for some reason it's not going very liquidy, just put a little bit of vegetable oil or a little bit of butter in it just to give it, you know, that extra little bit. If you guys want to dip your cookie in there, and then you can decorate it, and you can get sprinkles of any kind. I got these at Walmart, you know, just $1, $2.
Yeah. Look at that.
Okay, yeah.
And it's warm.
Like it.
And if you want to be fancy and you have a piping bag or even a plastic bag, you can pour some icing in there and do a little drizzle.
Sure.
You can elevate this a lot if your kids are
Both sides.
are a little bit older and they're able to do a little more things. And it comes out
She
a
said
little
I want it extra sweet. And then you also have these
heavy
cute
on that.
sprinkles too as well. Look at that.
Yeah, they're cute. Okay, we're
We're gonna decorate the set. It's
Yeah.
okay. We're just decorating the set more than.
And you can do this on
it
parchment paper. I have a little cooling tray that I like to put my cookies on. I leave them on the parchment tray. Once I take them out of the oven, which set the oven 350, 9 to 10 to 11 minutes. I like my cookies extra gooey. I usually do 9 minutes.
Okay.
If they seem kind of soft on the bottom, but you don't want to bake them, leave them on the hot tray for 2 minutes. Let that firm up. Take the parchment paper off and then let it cool, and then you can decorate on the parchment paper. So you can just throw that away. You can ball it up and throw it in the trash so the sprinkles don't get everywhere.
Okay, well I let mine cool. I'm gonna try one of yours already.
We're gonna be decorating here, but now we're gonna send things over to Tim.